I didn't know that at the time. 30! I bit my cheek. I bit my cheek. Ow. 30 years. 30 years.
Meet me after slashing your wrist, or at the end if you so insist. I'm persistent when told to cease and desist with this blasphemous shit.
Hello, Chalet. We did the Maury, the white version. Now we got You Are Not the Father, black people version. Yeah. Shout out. Who is this person? Joy Gutierrez. I hope I said your name right, my guy. Let's have a little look-see. I hope they don't shout the way the white people were. Like, Christ, man. If you haven't seen the first one, go and watch the first one. Please. There's one. The last one. Poor guy, man. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Poor guy. Anyway, let's get started.
Demetrius, you are nothing but a low-down, dirty liar. Stop keeping my baby from me. You know damn well I'm Amaya's father, and I...
He started off all well. He started off just calm. One line is all he managed before he started shouting. Wow. If you notice, go through all my videos. I'm still new to this, innit? It's like, it's a learning process. And I notice I'm quite quiet. Like this, I don't know if, like I'm trying right now to be as loud as possible. And I feel like, in my head, I feel like I'm shouting. But I know I'm going to watch the thing and be like, fuck's sake, I'm still doing it. How do you Americans do this, man?
We'll prove it today. You yourself told me I'm the father. Straight out the horse's mouth. And did you forget you asked me to be at the hospital with you when you went into labor? You should be ashamed of yourself. The fact that you can look your daughter and I every day and lie, that's disgusting. When the results prove that I'm the father, guess what, honey? I'm going to be in your life forever. Dad is coming home.
He claims you told him he was the father at first.
I never told Daryl he was my child's father. My child looked at somebody else as her father, not him.
You're sure he's not the father?
What's everyone clapping
I'm
for?
100% that he's not my child's father.
You think they look alike, Daryl? And
No, my child looks nothing like him. My child looks like my current boyfriend. Like, come on, my baby do not look like him.
Daryl, come on out.
Is it me or did that baby, pretty baby, but did that baby look about 34? Fuck's sake. How did she manage that? I don't know if it was the hair or the eyes or something, but she looked like an adult baby. What? Christ, she looks grown.
My child look like my current boyfriend. Like, come on, my baby do not look like him.
Daryl, come on out.
Why is everybody already booing him? Why is everyone booing him?
Why are you so sure that you're the father of...
Boy, the day of conception was October 23rd. We
Right.
had sex 3 times that day.
So you want to be the father?
Yeah, so it's not just I want to be the father. I know I'm the father, so obviously I want to be there for my child.
You're not, though. You're not.
I am the father.
You're not.
Okay.
In the case of 2-month-old Amaya, Daryl, you are the father.
You not gonna give me my apology? Huh? Told you I was the father.
I'm not gonna lie, that stunned me a bit. Why do they always act so shocked? How do you even end up in that position that you don't know who the... Like, personally, I don't know what it's like for you. Like, I heard this old wives' tale that a guy's firstborn tends to look like him, apparently because of nature. It's to encourage the father to stay. Oh, that's bollocks. But I remember hearing that, and it was really relevant to me because I could recognize mine in the scan pictures. In the scan pictures. I have, if you manage to look past the tattoos and the piercings and that, I have quite distinctive features. Like my top lip, I've got my dad's top lip, and not this bit, This bit. You see, it kind of goes out instead of going in. It's not overly common. I very rarely meet people like it. I could see it clearer in the scan. And then I could see I've got my mum's forehead. I could see. Poor kids. Poor kids. But yeah, it's wicked. So anyway, how do you get to a point where you actually don't know? Like, maybe he could recognize a bit of himself. But genuinely, I've never understood how you could genuinely be in that position where you don't know. Either way, like the women or the men, how can... It's just wild. But I suppose specifically the women, like how... Who's happy about Roe v. Wade? Maury. No wonder I haven't heard him talking. He's going to have so much more custom. No more abortions. There's going to be way more. What? I'm the dad. Oh, shit. See? Capitalism.
Recently, Patricia was watching the show when she saw a 53-year-old man named Pi being accused by a woman named Vanessa of being the father of her daughter, Cabri. And so immediately, Patricia called the show because she's been looking for Pi for the last 4 years. So Patricia is positive that Pi is also the father of her 3-year-old son, Demetrius Jr. Pi says he has one specific reason that he's not the father of Demetrius Jr. And what's that reason?
He don't drink milk, so he can't produce kids.
Really? He's 50. He's 53 now, right?
Do you know what was very telling about that fucking statement? The crowd did not bust up laughing. They said, boo. Like it's something they've heard before and they just think it's a rubbish excuse. What is going on in school in America? Please. Like all I ever see on the news is, oh, no CRT, oh, don't be gay around my kids, oh, no sex education, ah. And then you have people come on national TV and say, I don't drink milk, so I can't have children. Milk's from cows. Moo. Moo. What the fuck? I hope he's not the dad. She deserves better, but he has to be the dad. Otherwise, she's just wasted 4 years of the children's life on this fool. There's no way she could have made that mistake. But I don't want him to be the dad because you can't be that thick and be a parent. There should be some sort of laws. We're all trying to force people to have kids. We should be forcing people not to have kids. Fuck's sake, man. He's triggered me. They've all triggered me.
And how old were you when you met him?
I was 18 going on 19.
18. You think they look alike?
Of course. Look, come on. Look at this. Look at it. Look at that smile, that nose, the eyes, eyebrows, forehead, all of that. All of it. Come on, Maury. All of that. He can't deny that.
Anybody want a piece of the pie? Here he is.
Y'all don't want that pie. It ain't worth it.
How did she have the second child?
So you don't drink milk, so you can't have kids.
Right.
Drink milk and so you can go.
Gotta have milk.
Put on some hands so you can
drink
get
milk and
tall.
have kids,
Put on
Maury.
some hands so you can get
Maury, you gotta
tall.
drink a lot of
Put
milk
on
to
some
have
hands so you
kids,
can get
Maury.
tall.
You think that...
Yo, there's 300 million plus people in Nigeria. African people in general are fairly lactose intolerant. What the fuck are you talking about, guy? And again, moo. Or sometimes, America, do better, man. What's wrong with you? You are all culpable. Fuck's sake.
By the way, why were you messing around with a girl over 30 years younger than you?
Didn't know at the time, Maury.
Don't come back and tell him you're pregnant. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I didn't know that at the time. 30! I bit my cheek. I bit my cheek. Ow. 30 years. 30 years. He must have misheard the question. He must have thought he was asking about legal age or something. Because how can you not know someone is 30 years younger than you?
IA for years.
In the case of 3-year-old Junior, Pie,
You.
you are not.
I'm gonna call her a dickhead. I'm gonna call her a dickhead. She says she's been waiting for this dude 3-4 years, knowing there was a chance it could have been someone else. And didn't it say at the start she had another child that she thinks is with him as well? What is she doing?
It's okay. No, he's not. You got a great child. You got a. I know.
I'm a single mother, and I'm struggling. My baby girl, Denver, is 2 years old, and her father, Damon, has done nothing to help me with her. When I told Damon I was pregnant, he was happy. He already has kids that he takes care of, so I thought my baby was about to have a good father. I was wrong. Damon is a total deadbeat when it comes to our daughter. When I called Damon to help me with diapers and food, he ignores my call. I can't ignore Denver when she's crying because she's hungry. So why should he be able to ignore me? If it wasn't for my mother helping us, we would be on the street. It took 2 long years, but I finally got Damon to take a paternity test. I can't wait to hear Maury say today, Damon, you are the father.
Sharia, you say that Damon owes you, right?
You know she's got a microphone right next to her. I'm still pissed off about the last one, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm triggered. Like, I didn't have a mom. So, like, I get triggered by shit mums. And that's a shit mum. Like, you can't blame the other guy who's not involved if he hasn't been told or anything like that. We can't assume that. And if she's saying she sat there waiting for years, that's not a good mum, is it? And the guy's a dickhead as well, the one, because obviously if this has been going on for years, you could have sorted this out. If someone says to you, you're the child and you don't believe it, resolve it. Don't just leave it hanging. Resolve it. And then both of you move on with your lives. Don't let a woman be chasing you 3 years for a child that you're fairly sure is yours, but you're not 100%, are you? Proof that you're not 100% is because you won't go and take the fucking test. Yeah, everyone's fucked in that situation. But that poor child, or the 2 children, to have such an ignorant mum like that, man.
Damon owes you, right? What does he owe you?
Yes, he owed me a lot.
Look at that.
He's gonna pay my money back.
I think they look alike, the Denver and Damon.
They look alike, Maury.
Here's Damon. Damon, come on out.
I'm gonna call it, I don't think so.
You're saying you're the wrong guy.
Exactly, Maury.
I'm
Exactly.
about to
But you still should have sorted this a couple years ago.
Today, you're gonna find out.
Damon.
Today, you're gonna find out.
In the case.
I'm gonna call it because though a child can be any colour, it's very unlikely that the child would end up, from 2 black parents, end up being lighter than both of them for no reason.
Case of 2-year-old Denver, Damon.
You
are not.
I'm confused. Why is mum dancing? Is she not in the room? Is she there by green screen? Why is she dancing?
Denver, Damon. You are not.
He's got moves. Why is she dancing?
I'm gonna be there for you.
I thought y'all was convinced. What happened?
Wait a second, Damon. Damon, don't jump on her now.
What happened?
No.
It's still all love. Come on. You still me. You still my daughter.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't like that mum. The mum. The nan. It was all about her. I want my money. Ah, he's a deadbeat dad. Ooh, dancing. Look at me. And then, no, I still look out. That was all about her. It explains why the mum was. But still, you can't believe in it this long, man. What are these people doing, man? Like, kids matter, you know, and they're overturning Roe v. Wade. And these... I know for a fact in America there's 400-something thousand children in care homes. And they're there for years, bruv. Years. The average is like 1,000 and something days. Do you know how long 1,000 and something days? I would forget I'm counting up to 1,000. That's how many days 1,000 days is. And kids are casually, that's most of their fucking childhood. And they're just sitting there. And the older they get, the less likely they are to be fostered or adopted. And now you want to bring more into it. And you're not even allowing for like incest and that. America's a fucking joke when it comes to that. Yes, I said it. Tell me I'm wrong. And if you go on Google, what's mad? You know when Roe v. Wade was overturned? I started doing a bit of research on it. And I was scrolling through Google. And then I randomly went onto Google Images after typing up American care homes. Bam. The disrespect. Like, it's been happening on a few things. My advice to you, if you're fairly sure of something and you need confirmation, cool, Google away. But if you do not know whatsoever, do not take the first answer from Google. Do not. I've been noticing it a few times now, but the two main ones I've noticed was the foster care and the definition of racism. Oh, and misogyny. Those three things have suddenly started fucking changing when you go on Google. So, for example, with the foster care homes, I typed up foster care homes, American foster care homes, went on Images. Do you believe I was scrolling down for ages and every picture was a happy little child smiling away like they were having the time of their life, but yet holding up cards saying, I've been here for 1,500 days. But that's not what the face was saying. Suddenly, everything about Google Images was to imply foster care weren't so bad. It's like, what? And that was the first time I noticed it. And then there was the discussion fairly recently on TikTok about the definition of racism. And I'm probably going to say something that will trigger some of you, but I'm just going to say it, all right? People say you can't be racist towards white people. And then obviously people go mad about that. And then throw up Google. And if you type it up right now and type up definition of racism, you will be able to come back at me and say, look, bro, see, anyone can be racist towards anyone. No, it is not the case. If you look for more than one definition of racism, i.e. more than one source, you will notice that some, including the first one that comes up, has started to admit believing they are better or believing the other is inferior. Just the admittance of that one sentence changes the whole definition. Now, with certain dictionaries, there's suddenly no difference between racism and prejudice. It's the same thing, but they're not the same thing. Racism comes from the whole concept of race and superiority. There's no denying that. So at what point between when racism was first invented, shall we say, and now do black people anywhere in the world believe, forget the power structure that people are trying to dismiss as a rubbish argument. Forget all that. Where on planet Earth does anybody who is black think they are genuinely better by birth than a white person? That's why specifically just black people and specifically just two white people. But black people can be racist towards me, 100%, and they are often. White people can be racist towards everybody because they do believe they're better than everybody. And everybody has the ability to be racist towards black people, but black people also have the ability to be racist towards everybody else, except for white people. Except for. That's not to say it will always be like that. That's just what it is in 2022, up until 2022. And you can't deny that. But who knows, in 100 years, shit might have completely flipped and suddenly white people won't be able to be racist to black people because nowhere on the planet will white people feel superior because they've been belittled and scientifically proven to be dumber or less, have less senses around the human body. They feel less pain, they're animal. But that hasn't happened the other way around. Do you get what I mean? So Google is trying to flip the script. Same with misandry and misogyny. They are two completely different things. They are similar, obviously, but they are not the same thing. Otherwise, they would be the same word. You wouldn't need to have a second word, especially in English, because we got rid of feminine and masculine words in our vocabulary. Spain has them still, but we don't. So from that point of view, we don't need to have a female version of misogyny if misogyny was the same thing for both. But it's not, because misogyny was created hundreds of years before, and part of the definition, as well as hating women, the main part of the definition of misogyny is the belief that you are better or superior or whatever to women. So again, how can a woman be the female version of misogynistic? Nowhere on the planet does a woman feel like she is superior to a man. So misandry is not the same thing. Misandry is a hatred of men, but not because of superiority. It's clear their hatred is as a consequence to the last 600 years of this patriarchal society. And as further proof to that, the actual word misandry's first use came out around the same sort of time that women in England and that started asking to be able to vote. What a coincidence. Asking for the right to vote suddenly means you hate men. Saying stop hitting me suddenly means you hate men. Saying men are abusive and blah 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 suddenly means you hate men. Hear the pattern? Anyway, that just went well fucking deep. We're meant to be laughing at these black people not looking after their kids.
My son Bishop is a fool for believing he's the father of Janice's daughter, Aaliyah. When Janice came to live with me, she already looked pregnant. I think her plan all along was to pin her baby on my son and trap him forever. I told Bishop and Janice no baby making is allowed in my home. When I found out they lied to me for 5 months about her pregnancy, I kicked their asses out. Janice has my son wrapped around her finger and I can't stand it. Bishop and I barely have a relationship now and it's all her fault. When this DNA test proves that Bishop is not...
No, it's not her fault. Just that look in your eye just then, that is not her. Caught a fly with the lighter.
Prove that Bishop is not the father. I'm stepping in once and for all, and I'm taking my son home with me.
When you all came to live with your mother, Bishop, what'd she tell you, Janice?
No baby making.
No baby making.
No baby making.
We didn't have no money for condoms.
I'm not being funny. They actually do look alike. I'm talking about the potential mum and dad. They could just as easily be sisters, siblings. Am I chatting shit? But then the baby don't really look like either of them. Where'd that wide nose come from? Got his mouth though, to be fair.
Oh, come on out. You got a lot of babies, don't you?
I have 7 children, including him.
She thinks you were pregnant when you entered the
She
house.
showed
I
up pregnant.
was fat my whole life.
You
I can't be
was
fat.
Yeah, she was fat, all right. She was fat, all right. She was on her period.
In the case of 1-year-old Aaliyah, Bishop, you are the father.